everybody, my name is MrTrollProductions and welcome back to more Grow a Fish Pond. Now in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this game, from how to get every single type of fish, every single type of food, and every single type of pond. So if you guys are excited or this does help you out in any way, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new, as it really does help me out. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to talk about is how to get every single fish. So if you actually come over to the sell fish area and you talk to this old wise man over here. So if you actually go to the sell fish area and you talk to this wise old man right here, you can see your fish stacks. And here you can see that there are 22 different type of fish in this game. Now these fish range anywhere from common all the way to ethereal, and some of them are a lot more harder to get than others, so I'm going to show you how to get every single one in this game. Alright, so starting off, let's just start off with all of the basic fish. So of course you're going to want to talk to the shopkeeper and look for the baby fish, and here you're going to see almost all of the fish. I think that you can get 16 out of the 22 total fish here. And I'm going to tell you about every single one. So to start off, we have the baby tropical fish. You can buy these for 10 coins at the shop. And whenever you drop them into your pond, they are going to take a total of 15 seconds in order to grow. And once they are fully grown, then you will be able to pick them up. Now these can get absolutely huge in size, so these are definitely a good starting fish to go with. As you can see, I have this one right here. And if we go to the sell fish shop, we can see how much it actually sells for. Yeah, it's going to sell for $15, so a pretty decent profit. And then next up, we have the baby bluegill, which is 50 coins. We can go ahead and select that, go back to your pond, and drop it in. And this guy is going to take 40 seconds in order to get to its maximum size, so let's go ahead and feed it one of our bags of rainbows, see if we can get another rainbow fish. Alright, and this guy actually became rainbow, which is what the bag of rainbow does, but we'll go ahead and get into that in a different part of the video. Alright, so now that he is fully grown, we'll go ahead and pick him up, and here we have the rainbow bluegill. Let's go ahead and see what this sells for. Alright, it is going to sell for 226, once again, a pretty good profit margin. Now I'm not going to go over which is the best type of fish to farm in this game. You can go ahead and try that out for yourself, because it really does vary on what sizes you get of the different fish, what mutations, stuff like that. So there really isn't a best fish, but just do know that the longer a fish takes to grow, the more likely it's going to become a very, very valuable fish. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about all of the uncommon fish now. So we have the baby perch, the baby arowana, I think is how you say it, the baby salmon, and the baby piranha. Each of these is going to get a little bit more expensive. So the perch is 130 coins, the arowana is 250 coins, the salmon is 400 coins, and the piranha is 800 coins. Now let's go ahead and drop all of these guys in. So starting with the perch, this guy is going to take 3 minutes in order to grow, then the arowana, which will take 1 minute, the salmon, which will take 2 minutes, and then lastly the piranha, which is going to take 5 minutes. Alright, while all of those guys are growing, let's go ahead and go back to the fish shop and talk about all of the rare fish now. Alright, so the next ones that we are going to be talking about is the rare fish. Now, there are 3 different types of rare fish in this game. You have the baby pike, which is worth $1,800, the baby pufferfish, which is worth $3,000, and the baby clownfish, which is worth $4,900. Now, for these guys, they are going to take a little bit longer to grow. The baby pike is going to take 1 hour to grow, the baby pufferfish is going to take a whopping 4 hours to grow, and then the baby clownfish is only going to take 20 minutes to grow. Alright, so the next fish is going to be the only legendary fish, which is the baby bass. This costs $14,000 per fish, and I actually do think that this is one of the best fish to get in this game. He is definitely going to be one of the best ones. He only takes 5 minutes in order to get fully grown, and he can grow up to be absolutely huge. So I definitely recommend getting this one in order to, get like large amounts of profits when you don't have a ton of money. So yeah, definitely go with the baby bass. Let's go ahead and drop him in now. Alright, so now we are getting into the pretty big fish in this game. Starting off with the first mythic fish, the baby frostfin. Now the baby frostfin costs $69,000 in price, and it is going to take 3 hours in order to fully develop. So this one takes a pretty long time in order to, fully grow up. Next up, we have the baby koi, which actually takes the longest amount of time to grow than any fish in this game. It costs $135,000, and it takes an entire day, 24 hours, in order to grow. And lastly, for the mythic fish, we have the baby axolotl, which is going to take $148,000 in order to buy, and it is going to take 2 hours in order to fully grow up. Alright, and then finally, to wrap out all of the fish that you can get in the shop, we have the celestial level fish. Now, the celestial level fish are going to be worth the most, but they're also going to be the most expensive to buy. Starting with the baby seahorse, that is worth $422,000. That is going to take a whopping 30 whole minutes in order to grow up. Yeah, this one is definitely going to be the least amount of time for any of the celestial fish and even any of the mythic fish. So I definitely think if you can afford it, go with the seahorse to make a quick buck. Next up, we have the baby blobfish. Now, the baby blobfish is going to cost $900,000 in order to buy. But this one is definitely going to give you a lot of money because it takes 12 whole hours in order to fully grow up. So let's go ahead and buy him. And the last celestial fish is going to be the baby mako shark. Mako shark, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but it is going to be this fish. It costs $2.4 million in order to buy, and it is going to take 6 hours to fully grow up. This is definitely the best fish that you can buy consistently, and one of the best fish in the game besides, you know, the Nessie or the Megalodon, something like that. But yeah, this is definitely going to be the best fish that you can get. And it does cost a hefty price of $2.4 million, but it is definitely worth it. Alright, so now that we have gone over all of the fish that you can buy from the shopkeeper here, let's talk about the fish that are a little bit harder to get. So if you come over to the sell area and talk to the wise old man, you will see that this only encapsulates 16 out of the 22 total fish that you can get. Now, scrolling all the way down past the mako shark, you will find a bunch of other different types of sharks. You will find Sharky, the great white, the hammerhead, and the megalodon. So these are actually only going to be obtainable through the shop on the left, and this is going to be through the special shark pack, where you have a 50% chance to get a normal shark, 32% chance to get a great white, 16% chance to get a hammerhead, 2.5% chance to get a mako shark, and then a 1% chance to get a megalodon. So the only way to get these 4 types of sharks is through this pack. The mako shark is the only one that is available through the shop, and that is going to be the only other way that you can get it outside of the shop. But yeah, for the rest of these 4, it's only through this pack. Now, looking at the other fish in here, you will see that there is actually a turtle that you can get, and this is probably going to be the second hardest fish in order to get in this game. In order to do this, you have to go ahead and go outside of the 2 shops and go up to this guy and talk to him. He is going to be the quest man, and he is going to give you a quest. And you can get one every 24 hours. So as you can see on the right, I get the daily quest. This is going to be my 5th one, and the only requirements is that I catch 3 frost fins. And if you go ahead and head on over to my pond, you can see I already have some frost fins that are actually growing up right now, so that way I can complete this. And the reason why the 5th daily quest is so important is because that is going to be the way that you get the turtle pet. On the 5th day, you have a chance to get the turtle pet, and this is going to be the only way that you can get it. So yeah, make sure that every day you are coming over to the fish shop, walking out, and talking to the quest man in order to get your daily quest, so that you can get to the 5th day and get a turtle pet. Alright, and last but not least, we are going to talk about Nessie. Now, Nessie is the absolute hardest fish to get in this game. It actually might be tied with the megalodon if you really think about it, but the megalodon you can only get, you know, through this special shark pack. You can just spend money in order to get this, and theoretically you can do the same for Nessie. But if you don't want to spend any Robux, go ahead and talk to the royal merchant, and here you can open up his shop and get the insane fish pack. So as you can see, I can get 2 here. They cost $1 million each, and it is going to give you a 50% chance for a perch, a 32% chance for a pufferfish, 16% chance for a bass, 2.5% chance for a koi, and 1% of the time it will drop a Nessie fish. Now, I have 2 of these in my inventory right here. I think I have opened maybe 5 or 6 of these, and I have not gotten the Nessie pet. So maybe I will get a little bit luckier here. Let's go ahead, drop the first one in, and there we go, it's a perch. That's the 50% chance in order to get that. So that is going to be the one that you're going to get most common. Let's go ahead, try it again. Oh, we got another perch, yeah. Now the perch are definitely going to be the main things that you get in the fish packs, because it's a 50% chance in order to get them. The Nessie pet is a 1% chance, so that is going to be the absolute hardest one to find. Alright, now that we are done talking about all of the fish, let's talk about all of the different mutations that you can give to your fish. Alright, so currently in the game, there are 6 different mutations that you can give your fish. There's the ice, the rainbow, the void, the ghostly, the holographic, and the sandy. So starting off with the ice, as you can see, I already have some of my fish in a block of ice. That is what the icy mutation is going to do. This is going to give your fish a 1.25 times multiplier for how much they sell for. So let's say that your fish will regularly sell for $100. That means that with an icy, mutation applied, it is going to cost $125. The only way to get this mutation is if it starts to snow. It will say that the air is getting icy, and then snow will start to fall from the sky, and it will turn pretty much all of your fish in your pond into an icy fish, and it is going to give them that 1.25 times multiplier. Now, the best way that you can guarantee this to happen is if you head on over to the fish shop, walk on out, and walk on over to the wishing well that is next to the quest man, and go ahead and throw in some coins. This is going to make it a better chance in order for a weather event to happen, and currently the 2 weather events to happen is rain and snow. What the rain is going to do is going to give a chance to give one of your fish a rainbow mutation, but there are other ways to get a rainbow mutation. And yeah, let's talk about that next. The rainbow mutation is going to be the next one, and we actually have the clownfish that we put from earlier ready to pick up, and it is actually a rainbow clownfish. So this is what a rainbow fish looks like. It's going to kind of be changing colors a little bit, and it is going to be super cool. It's going to light up super cool in your actual pond, and this is going to give your fish a 2 times multiplier. So if we go on over and sell this fish right here, we are going to get $21,000. So originally this would be worth about $10,000, but since it had that rainbow mutation, it is going to have a nice little 2 times multiplier on it. The best way in order to get your fish into rainbows is by feeding them the bag of rainbows, which costs 500 coins in the shop. So as soon as you drop a fish in, you can go ahead and throw in one of the bags of rainbows, and this is going to give it a bigger chance in order to spawn as rainbow and give you that 2 times multiplier. All right, next up is the void one. Now the void one is actually going to be super interesting. It is going to turn your fish into kind of like a dark, swirl, and it is going to be super cool. The best way that you can get your fish into a void fish is to give it a bag of void, which is going to be sold in the regular shop for 5,000 coins, and this is going to give it a better chance in order to spawn as a void. And regularly it can spawn as a void as well as any other mutation, but it is going to be a lot easier if you give it a bag of void. All right, next up is the ghostly one, and for this one it is actually best to have this pond. I'm going to go over the ponds in a little bit, but just know in order to get this pond, you're going to have to catch 300 fish, and it is going to give you a better chance in order to get ghostly fish. Now the ghostly fish are going to be a little bit better than the rainbow fish. The rainbow fish give a 2 times multiplier, meanwhile the ghostly give a 2.5 times multiplier, and they're going to look like this. It's kind of going to have a nice little aura around it, kind of, and it is going to have a couple lines sticking out from it. That's how you know that it is ghostly. And yeah, that's about it for the ghostly mutation. Now let's talk about the holographic mutation, which is the best mutation in the game. For the holographic mutation, the best way that you are going to get this is by giving your fish the food of the gods, which you can actually get from the wandering trader, which luckily is in town. So let me go ahead and go over to him to show you his shop. So once you talk to the royal merchant and look at his shop, you can see the food of the gods right here. It gives holographic mutation a 3 times better chance of happening than previously before, and you can pick this up for 15,000 coins whenever it is in stock. Now, when you feed your fish this food of the gods, it is going to give it a 3 times better chance in order to get holographic, but there's actually a 1 in 400 chance that it is going to spawn with it. So a very rare chance, and then with the food of the gods, it turns it into about a 1 in every 100 chance for it to happen. So yeah. And I actually have 3 different holographic fish in here. So the seahorse, the blobfish, and the axolotl that I put in here earlier are actually going to be holographic. And this is going to give it a 10 times multiplier in order to be sold. So if you go with a fish that is worth $1 million and try to sell it, that is going to be worth $10 million instead of just $1 million. So the holographic is by far the best mutation in the game, and you should definitely be buying all of the food of the gods that you can and giving it to your fish, that way they can become the most powerful fish and the most expensive fish that you can get. Alright, and the last mutation is going to be the Sandy mutation. Now, the best way to get it is by using the sand pond, which I will talk about next, but it is going to give only a 10% chance of spawning with the beach pond. That is going to be the only way you can get it. It does not spawn naturally, so yeah, that's going to be the best way that you can get it. And it gives a 1.75 multiplier whenever you have it, so it is pretty good, and you should definitely try to work towards getting that pond first, so that way you can get that mutation and that extra 1.75 times the bonus. So the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is the different types of pawns that you can get into this game. So the way that you can find all of the different type of pawns is, of course, by going over to the pawn shop all the way at the other side of the map from where the fish buy and sell places are, and where, you know, the man is and the wishing well. So if you walk into the pawns, you can talk to the realtor and ask her to see all of the pawns that are available. So first, of course, you have the starter pawn, you know, no benefits, it's what you start off with, and then you can set it as your pawn once you unlock it. The next one is going to be the forest pond, and the requirements for this is you're going to have to catch 100 fish, and it gives a 50% better chance in order to get that ghostly mutation. Like we said before, the ghostly mutation has a 2.5 multiplier, so I would definitely recommend getting this one as soon as possible. The next one is, of course, going to be the beach pond. This one has a little bit more requirements. You are going to catch 100 tropical fish, 75 clownfish, and 50 pufferfish. And whenever you get it, you get a 10% chance of getting that sandy mutation, which, like I said before, is the only way that you can get the sandy mutation is through this pond. And you also get 5% bigger fish. The next two ponds are going to be the volcano pond and the mystical pond. Now, these ponds are actually not obtainable yet. I assume that will come in a later update. We can see one of the benefits of the volcano pond is 20% bigger fish, and we actually have no idea what the mystical pond does. I will make sure to make a video whenever this drops, that way you guys know how to get these different type of ponds. But yeah, for now, it is not possible to actually get these two ponds. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. That was everything that you need to know in Grow a Fish Pond in Roblox. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more Grow a Fish Pond in Roblox, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new, as it really does help me out a lot. And comment if this tutorial helped you, or if I need to make another tutorial on anything that I missed in this video. Anyways, that's enough from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.